Hey everybody, welcome back to Inside the Force. Dave Cottingham here with Hannah Burr. It's cold outside.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, I knew you have. Thanks. It's actually a little warmer today anyway.
Yeah, it's no longer -2.
Correct.
It's +2.
That's right. +2. Yes. Hopefully getting a little warmer here.
Indeed.
Thanks everybody for joining us. And of course, thanks to our patrons for all the support. We've been kicking around this Discord idea. I think that we're going to do that. I got something started up there for the patrons. I'm going to put it up on there. Hadn't heard back fully from everybody in there yet about the idea, but we're gonna try it. Get some discussions going on. So,
oh yeah,
of course, all patrons are going to be able to get on there. I still don't know all the functionalities of it and all that stuff, but I'm learning, so I'm figuring it out. We're just going to talk about Star Wars, so that's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah. What other community do you want to be a part of?
That's right. We got lots of discussions coming up too, especially with Andor coming up next, season 2 of that. First, before we got some really interesting rumors / news centered around mainly the films that Star Wars is in development on. And then we got something to finish up on Skeleton Crew later on that was interesting in the news as well. And that was, it's pretty much confirmed, but we'll get to that. That was pretty interesting to read about. So anyway, some quick comments from Thrawn on our last episode. He did say on here 100% up for a Discord. Great idea. Look forward to it. I can bother people even more with Star Wars questions and suggestions. He also says, love the idea of having Ewan McGregor back in Star Wars, but I hope it's not purely fan service and has a purpose. Mm-hmm. Dave Filoni did well bringing Anakin back in season 1 of Ahsoka, so have faith. I feel Mandalorian and Grogu is going to be a very contained movie for the most part, but might have something at the end to tie it into Filoni's team-up Thrawn movie. I think originally this movie was written as season 4 of Mandalorian, but realized they don't have a Star Wars movie coming out in theaters for so long that they decided to change it, like what they did with Moana 2, which you can tell watching it was meant to be a series. I hope Mandalorian Grogu has a movie scope feel and not a series recut to make a movie. There is definitely a fear of that for sure. I mean, did you see a Moana 2 yet?
I did not. I was not a fan of Moana, so I'm not racing to the theater or Disney Plus to see Moana 2.
I really liked Moana, the first one. And I will tell you, I didn't know season 2 was supposed to be a series.
You mean movie 2?
I mean, Moana 2 was supposed to be a series. And I remember watching it and coming out of it thinking, there's something weird about that. Like it didn't flow right. And I kind of chalked it up to like, well, that's kind of bad writing maybe, or, but then my daughters actually told me, no, that was supposed to be a season, season in Disney Plus. And I was like, oh, that actually makes complete sense. Cause there was characters that kind of just popped up and you didn't really know who they were. And the way you kind of were supposed to, it kind of felt like you were supposed to know who they were, and it's like,
oh,
it was just, then they left and didn't come back. And it was just really weird structured. So I agree with Thrawn. I was like, it definitely should have probably just stayed as a series. And someone was telling me that the music, because it was supposed to be a series, they sent the music to like Vancouver, like Disney didn't do it. So that's why the music isn't really that good.
Oh.
Which is obviously a big part of Disney movies, right?
Well, yeah. And Lin-Manuel Miranda, while I wasn't a fan of the movie, I thought the music was great.
It was great. Yeah. So that is a fear, I think, but I think they've had a lot of planning. Filoni was introduced along with, Dawn of Jedi and New Jedi Order movie that was coming out. So it was kind of part of the plan. And I think this was Kathleen Kennedy's opportunity to give Filoni a live action film and see what he does with it, right? So, and Favreau's going to be there, and he's a freaking movie genius, so it's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine.
He also says, I really enjoyed Skeleton Crew finale. I had some minor issues, but overall was a lot of fun. I thought the supervisor just being a droid was a bit disappointing, and the ending just ended way too quick. Would have liked a scene taking place months later, showing how the kids are doing and how Atton is integrating with the Republic. Also, with the supervisor just being a droid, would have liked to have known who created him and how this Atton operation truly got started. Yep, I agree with that. I did love that the kids all had their moments and was nicely tied to what each had learned throughout the series. Jod was great, loved his backstory, and the fact that as bad and greedy he is, he couldn't hurt the kids. The speeder bike chase, the pirate ship coming down to the planet was fantastic, and seeing the X-Wing and B-Wings in action was visually stunning. Wim's dad was hilarious in this episode as well, and was so glad he had his moment to step up as well. Overall, great and fun series, but I can't imagine they will be getting a season 2 due to low ratings and the delay of this coming out. The kids would be adults by the time we get another season made, which takes away a bit of the magic. Thanks again, both, and look forward to the Discord. May the Force be with you. So, yeah, I agree with most of that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, would it be cool to have another season, or maybe a season that's a prequel, where we learn more about how the planets. Stuff? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So more of a prequel, like of how this was all set up and why it was set up.
It's not a bad idea. Cool.
Or maybe a prequel where we learn more about the captain, how he discovered Atton.
Well, yep, that would actually fit probably more of the Skeleton Crew title,
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I'd be up for that. I think this thing unfortunately suffered backlash from the Acolyte. It's usually what happens when you have something that's dividing fans. The next thing, unfortunately, suffers.
Yeah, which is not good, because I thought this was better than Acolyte.
Yeah, it's one of them things, like, looking back at all the series, I mean, I think for me, there's a lot of stuff I like about these shows, and then there's some things that just don't hit well,
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of that in every one of them, and I think the less of the parts that don't hit me, that's kind of where I would rank it a little higher. That's all,
Yeah, of course.
Like Andor, there's not much in there that hits me wrong. Like that's very good. So I would put that still high. And man, I was watching a clip today of like some people reacting to that last Vader Obi-Wan fight in Obi-Wan. And I was watching that again. I was thinking, man, this is really good. Like, that is really good.
Especially that one bit of dialogue they have.
Yes.
Like, while I wasn't a big fan of the series, I did love that moment.
Yeah. It's really good. And I want to go back and watch Ahsoka again, because the flashback stuff was just incredible. Which, let's talk about that a little bit. So There's some of these rumors that I don't know if you've heard of all these, Hannah, so you might be surprised. But the first one, I'm going to start off with the home run. I'm not even going to do the single. I'm going to go the home run.
You're not going to lead up to it. You're just going to drop it.
We're just going to go with it. So the biggest one right now that's out there, that's floating around, and I do believe that there's just some heavy truth to this. Of course, we have talked about, we saw Hayden Christensen at the end of season 1 of Ahsoka as a Force ghost. Odds are they're trying to bring him back. I mean, I think they're trying to insert Hayden as much as they can. You've got, I keep forgetting to look her name up fully, but I think it's Ariana Greenblatt is the young Ahsoka.
I'm pretty sure that's her name.
It's either Adriana or Andrea or something like that. I think it's Adriana, right?
No, it's Ariana.
Ariana, okay.
Ariana Greenblatt.
Plays young Ahsoka. She's apparently coming back. And then the top line rumor we talked about was last week was Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor being back. So they're trying to obviously do another Clone Wars flashback.
Mm-hmm.
But now on top of this, there's rumors that they're trying to get Natalie Portman to come back.
When you told me before we were recording that that the rumor is they're gonna try to get Natalie Portman, holy smokes!
Holy smokes! Yeah. So here's the thing: Natalie Portman, as every Star Wars fan should know, played Padme Amidala in episodes 1, 2, and 3, and has not done anything since in Star Wars.
Mm-mm.
So most of everybody else, if you think about it, has come back, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Liam Neeson even came back for that one scene again, and he did voices in the Clone Wars, right?
I think also he did a voice in Tales of the Jedi.
Yes, correct. And I believe, well, he probably didn't record a new voice, but you heard his voice in Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
And then, of course, you've got Ewan that's come back, Hayden that's come back. You know, obviously, Tamar Morrison has come back. I mean, all these. Natalie is like the one lone person that has, and rightfully so. It's not like she doesn't like Star Wars. I mean, she's not a massive Star Wars fan, and she, you know, she's one of those ones that. She's somewhat private in her, you know, celebrity life. You don't see her out partying and hanging out with a lot of people. And in fact, I believe she lives in Paris, so she's not even in the States. You know, and then you got, you know, just the fact that she went on and did massive movies, and she won an Oscar, you know, for Black Swan, and it's like. I mean, this woman just is an incredible actress.
Yeah. And
obviously, think about it. There was no reason to really bring her back because they weren't doing anything with the prequels. They weren't. But now that Filoni's kind of running things, and his big thing obviously was the Clone Wars. I mean, this would just be a massive reunion. And I gotta say, I don't know. This might be one of the. That would probably be the most exciting feeling I would have going into an episode if I knew she was coming back.
Seriously, like, could you imagine at Celebration? You're like, oh, for Ahsoka, we got blah, blah, blah. Oh, and by the way, I think we need one more person to come out, and it's Natalie Portman.
You know, you saying that, I'm pretty sure that's probably what's going to happen.
Like,
if they can line it up, that's exactly what they're. And honestly, that's interesting you say that, because it's interesting that the rumors are happening right now, because, you know, we're 3 months from Celebration. So what better way to get these people signed, and then that's where you announce it. I mean, that's
exactly. And it's simple. It's like, oh, let's see the cast of Ahsoka, and you see see Hayden come out with Rosario
Dawson,
Rosario.
Yep.
And you see those two come out. Oh, wait, I think we're missing somebody. Ewan McGregor walks out. And you know what? I think we're missing one other person. And Natalie walks out.
And that's the thing. She's never been to a Star Wars Celebration. And for the longest time, that was the case with Harrison Ford. Until he showed up this last one. And everybody went crazy. I mean, crazy.
Nuts.
And wow, yeah, Natalie Portman walks out now, and that's, you know, she likes traveling, so, you know, Japan is where Celebration is, so maybe she'd like to, you know, take that trip to Japan would be pretty good for her, but man, that seems like that's what they're trying to do for sure.
One can hope. That would be
and honestly, you know, it feels like, in a way, it's probably just going to be for a flashback of one episode, or, you know, I think Hayden will probably be in the series more because he's a Force ghost, right?
Yeah, of course.
But the flashback scenes, you would probably just have some kind of, I mean, you'd have to be some kind of like battle situation where they're all in it. Because, you know, as we know from Clone Wars, like Padme she just didn't sit in her office. Like, she was out fighting. in the middle of this, doing diplomacy, trying to meet with separatists and work out deals. And another thing too, I did see. I saw a video that makes me want to go back. I might watch it tonight. Tales of the Jedi, because there was a clip that came up that it was the one where Ahsoka attends her funeral. You remember that? And then Bail stops her and says, what are you doing? Why are you risking it? What are you doing here? And she's like, because she was my friend. It's like, oh man, to see them on live action. Oh my God, I'm getting teary eyed just thinking about it right now. It's like, that is going to be a moment. That is going to be a moment.
Like, I mean, there are a lot of people that joke that Padme was either Ahsoka's older sister or was like Ahsoka's mom a lot of times.
Oh, really?
Like not like disciplined, but like that person that you go to when you need advice.
Oh, yeah,
Go to.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's what Padme was to Ahsoka. It was an extension of Anakin.
That's true. Yeah, that would be a sight. That would be a sight. Let's get it done, Filoni. See, and it's the thing. Filoni's like, I don't really do stuff for fan service. That's fan service.
No, you do stuff for fan service. Yeah. I don't do stuff for fan service, my butt. No, you don't.
All right, so the next one, these are two interesting rumors floating around, and these have to do with two films that are in development or in the works, and they are not the ones that we've been talking about. So, of course, we've got the Rey Skywalker movie that's apparently supposed to be starting production this year.
Okay.
Taking place in the new Jedi Order, 15 years after the Rise of Skywalker. You've got the Dawn of the Jedi film by James Mangold that still has no idea when that's going to production, but apparently the script almost done. But we've had one movie that we've heard about for a while, but then didn't, which was Patty Jenkins's Rogue Squadron.
Yes.
So rumor is in the Hollywood Reporter right now is that the lead actor that they're trying to get to join that film is Chris Pine.
Interesting.
I like Chris Pine a lot.
He is a great actor.
He is. I mean, I am not, dare I say, speak the words on the show, but I am not a Star Trek fan fully, right?
Samesies.
Okay, good. Never watched, I watched the movies growing up, obviously, because they were a little entertaining. The Search for Spock is actually a really good movie. Mm-hmm. And I liked, I knew I knew William Shatner lived in Kentucky and stuff like that, so it was interesting. But anyway, I remember when J.J. Abrams did the reboot, and Chris Pine was cast as a young Captain Kirk.
Yes.
And of course, there was huge backlash. Like, how do you do this again? And is it going to now? The way did you watch that Star Trek movie by
Yes,
JJ?
I did.
Yeah. Look, I'm telling you right now, that opening scene with Chris Hemsworth as his father, that is one of the best opening scenes I ever seen.
It was great.
Great. So emotional. That's why when he was tapped with doing Star Wars, I was like, oh my God, this is great. Because that Star Trek movie that he did was super good. It was really good.
Chris Pine knows what he's doing, but the thing is too is not only can he do serious, he can do comical as well.
Absolutely.
Like him in the Dungeons and Dragons movie, he was hilarious.
Yes.
And then even in Into the Woods, he was hilarious. So he can do both.
And he could do serious. He was he did play Jack Ryan in a film.
Yes.
He played Steve Trevor in Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I was just thinking right there, you got him in a pilot role. Exactly.
No, that's exactly what you think of. But he is really good, and he just has so much emotion, and he cries so easily. He gets really, he's super good.
He's great. So I'm happy to hear that.
I'm happy to hear that too. I think that would be a huge get. I think if he's the kind of the rogue leader of that squadron, I think that would be fantastic.
Oh yeah.
All right, so good job, Patty Jenkins. Get that done. And then the next thing is, which this film apparently, according to the trades, is getting major traction, and apparently it's getting fast-tracked. This is Sean Levy's film, the director of Deadpool and Wolverine, and Free City, two kind of big hits that he had recently. And did you ever see Free City?
I did not see Free City.
Free City is really fun. It's a really fun. You being a gamer too?
Okay, I gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it. I'm telling you, it is a really fun movie. Don't expect some Oscar movie or anything like that. It's a fun,
great,
like gaming romantic comedy. It's actually really fun. I love watching it. Sometimes it's on like TNT. I'll just put it on. It's in the background. It's on Disney Plus, so you can watch it.
Okay.
So anyway, Free City and obviously Deadpool and Wolverine both did really well for Sean Levy. So apparently he's been writing a Star Wars film. And apparently it's going well and it's being well received. No one has any idea when this movie takes place, what the circumstances of the movie are. No idea.
Oh, man.
But apparently now the trades are reporting his lead character or his lead actor that he's looking to cast. People would think, oh, he's probably going to get Ryan Reynolds because that's who he always does a movie with. Well, no, it's not him. Have you heard this one yet?
Yeah, you texted me this one.
Oh, Ryan Gosling.
I am okay with this. Like, I mean, I immediately think of Blade Runner 2045. I then think he did a great job in the Barbie movie doing comedy with that. He also was great in La La Land.
Right.
Just to mention a few movies he's
I loved him in Fall Guy. I just watched Fall Guy on the plane like last year. That was great.
He's a great actor. So like that could be, but that's the problem with saying like, oh, we have Chris Pine. Oh, we have Ryan Gosling. It's like, okay, well that doesn't narrow down what type of movie this is going to be.
Not at all. Not at all. And honestly, now and I hate hearing stuff like that because if it doesn't happen, then I'm kind of let down because those are massive actors. And I think Star Wars, because, right now, like with Mandalorian coming out, we probably won't even see Pedro's face, even though he's a massive star right now. And then of course you've got Daisy Ridley, which she's fantastic, and we don't know who's going to headline the Dawn of the Jedi movie, but I mean these are good gets if they're going to land these guys.
I think in general, and I think we've said this on a previous episode, but I still stand by it. I have not seen a single bad actor in a Disney property, in my personal opinion. I feel like everybody, there's not one single character that I look back on and I'm like, who would have done a better job? This actor.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad statement.
I mean, I know a lot of people don't agree because a lot of people have criticized other people's acting, but I'm serious. I look back over all of the Star Wars content and I can't think of a single time where I'm like, why didn't they hire this actor? Yeah. Or this actor's not doing a great job or whatever. I don't think I've ever thought that.
Yeah, I mean, off the bat, I can't think of anything either. No, I think you're right. I mean, and I'm telling you what, too, just to almost echo that, it's like, I feel like they've hit some major home runs, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Like Diego Luna as Andor. I mean, who else could? I don't know. I can't think of anybody else that would do that as good as he's doing it.
Name another actress who could do Leia other than Carrie Fisher.
Well, definitely, yeah.
Or Amidala.
Or Amidala, yeah. But Natalie Portman. Speaking of her, yeah, you can't get better than that.
Anakin, Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Count Dooku. The list goes on and on and on.
Yeah. I think you would get some. In the beginning, a while ago, I think you would get some pushback about Anakin and Hayden. But now, I don't think anybody would question it now.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor, God. Yeah, Liam Neeson. I mean, this Samuel Jackson. You know, I mean, it's just. Yeah, George. I think George didn't get credit enough for his casting.
No, he didn't.
Because these guys weren't that massive then. You know.
Nope.
And then of course, and then of course, lately here, you know, you got like Diego Luna, we said, and I mean, I thought, what was her name? Felicity Jones, that played Jyn Erso. I thought she was great.
Yeah.
Of course, Mendelsohn is freaking Krennic. You know, I mean,
the guy who they keep bringing back to play Senator Organa.
Oh yeah,
it's hilarious. I was just watching Dexter. And he's in Dexter, and I just keep on going. There's Senator Organa.
Yeah. No, Jimmy Smits is great, and the girl that Genevieve O'Reilly plays Mothma.
I was just about to say Mom Mothma. Like, whoa.
Yeah, you're right. There's some good. I mean, even like what's her? I can't remember her name, but I thought it was incredibly impressive. It was like the woman that played Andor's mom.
Oh yeah,
like she was good. You know, I mean, you got some. Yeah, you do got some solid. Everybody in Andor was phenomenal.
Fiona Shaw.
That's right. Yeah. So, but you go down that list of people in Andor, they were all incredible in that show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, anyway, they're off to a good start with these films if these guys are really gonna attach. I mean, and that's the thing too. You start hearing rumors about actors being attached. It's safe to say that these movies are probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
So that's good. If we can get Rogue Squadron, we can get Sean Levy's movie, which. Again, I have no freaking idea what that is.
I wonder because we haven't heard about Taika Waititi. We haven't heard about his comedy. So I wonder if Sean Levy's going to do a comedy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, he's done some funny movies lately, so.
Oh my gosh, Deadpool and Wolverine was hilarious.
Oh, I love that movie. Yeah.
So good.
I'm telling you, I think you're gonna like Free Guy. I think you'll like Free Guy.
I'm sure I will. I just now have to find time to watch it.
I know. It's so good though. The guy from Stranger Things.
I couldn't get into Stranger Things.
Oh, really?
I tried episode 1, tried episode 2. My mother-in-law, she recommended. She's like, "You guys will love this show." And episode 2, Zach and I were just kind of like. What's the hype?
Oh man, see to me it was like I loved it because it's 80s show and it's like
right,
and it's like Goonies it's like a horror movie Goonies. You know, these kids getting together trying to fight the different dimension. I'm into it. I really liked it. I really like it. Last season's coming out. Last season's coming out later this year. I think November.
Yes.
Which is weird because the kids are like older now, but they're still playing kids. It's really weird. It's like the problem they would have with Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean Levy's film. I don't know. That's going to be tough to figure out where and when that takes place.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I anticipate, like you said, some announcements at Celebration, which happens at the end of April. Just a reminder, during that time is when Andor Season 2 will debut on Disney Plus. So we're about 3 months away from that, which means we're probably going to start getting some marketing, some trailers here soon for that. So we'll talk about that when that comes out.
That'll be good.
Let's see. Of course, there is some interesting news on the publishing side as well. So, of course, Reign of the Empire, which is I'm highly anticipated reading that book. It's that comes out February 25th. Now, on the comic side, they're finishing up the Battle of Jakku, which will lead into the new Star Wars comic series that they announced, which will take place right after that.
Oh.
And it sounds like, Hannah, that they're doing exactly what they did with the other ones. So they're going to start filling in the gap from Return of the Jedi. I don't know how far they're going to go, but that's a 30-year gap till The Force Awakens. So they are starting the process of telling that story right after the Battle of Jakku, which we have not, we just don't know anything about that.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're going to go all the way. They're probably going to jump around. I'm assuming they skip some years, but
you're going to have to.
And then there's a Kylo Ren comic that is going to bridge the gap between The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. Apparently there was a log line that came out that one of the things he's doing is he's actually hunting down Jedi that survived Order 66.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Huh.
Because we're talking like 50 years since the Clone Wars, so not sure who's alive then.
Padawans?
Well, that's true. I guess Padawans that are older now. I mean,
well,
they're 50 years old or so, but
well, I guess it also depends on your species.
True. Very true. So that comes out soon, and then and then of course Ahsoka is still going on right now, and some High Republic comics are still going on right now. Okay, let's talk about this interesting news piece that came out about Skeleton Crew.
Yes, let's.
So apparently there was a deleted scene. And how we know about this is there was an actress that posted on her Instagram that she was cast as the Jedi Master that found Jod in the hole that he describes when he's talking to Wim about, how he came to know the Force and get trained.
Yep. I just downloaded.
You got it? Yeah, exactly. So can you read what she says?
I absolutely can. Give me a moment. All right. Her Instagram handle is Jazz Masri, I think.
Yeah, her name is Yasmin Al Masiri.
So Yaz Masri is her Instagram.
Yeah. Yes, that's it.
That.
Yep.
This was the shortest acting job I have done, but the most meaningful to the child in me, playing a Jedi for one scene in Skeleton Crew. I gave a speech when the crew wrapped me on set saying, "You just created the first Arab female Jedi. Thank you." The scene unfortunately didn't make it to the final cut because these things happen, but I cannot not share my experience and feelings. Even Liam rehearsed that scene with me, and I got to brag about it with his friends, which got me the coolest mom respect for a moment. Hashtag Skeleton Crew. Well, laughing face emoji. Hashtag Skeleton Crew. Hashtag Jedi 4. Hashtag 1. Hashtag scene. Hashtag day. Hashtag gratitude. 4. Hashtag life.
So when she said, I'm drawing a blank now. When she says even Liam rehearsed that scene with, who's Liam?
Could Liam have been the director?
Even Liam rehearsed the scene with me, and I got to brag about it with my...
Liam.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Hang on. Skeleton Crew, Liam. Wait.
Yeah, not sure. So anyway, so she has revealed that, she was part of a scene that got cut, that apparently, now the Instagram picture that she has on there she is in a full Jedi robe outfit.
Yes.
What looks to be in a trailer, that she probably had on set. Now, I don't doubt that this is true.
Right.
But it's odd to me that she's wearing Jedi robes, because that kind of reveals possibly the time frame of when she found him.
Does it, though?
Well, it seems that according to the way he described it, it was after Order 66, because she got hunted down and they made him watch when they killed her. So to me, if it's after Order 66, she wouldn't be wearing Jedi robes like that. She wouldn't try to stand out.
Yeah, it's true.
So it could have been like a possible flashback. Well, she only says one scene, right? So
yeah, I mean, like on her Instagram post, she has videos of her.
Oh, training.
Yeah, like it. Like
so they were. So we were going to see Order 66 then.
Yeah, I have no idea, because here's the thing. It's like, oh no, I lost the post. Ah, there it is. If you look at the post again on the Instagram, or on from the article, if you look at the bottom, you'll see a series of dots.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah, so I decided to go to her Instagram page, and I mean, like,
so she's different pictures, okay. And then okay.
And then there she is.
And she's training, doing Jedi. Oh man, they trained her big time.
Yeah, they did.
So she was gonna be fighting clones then.
Yep. There's her in her trailer. There's her in her whole Get Out outfit.
Okay.
Oh wait, this is like a cool reveal shot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But but she has a braid. So was she a Padawan?
She has a braid?
Yeah, take a look.
Interesting.
See, she has a braid.
Oh,
now it's a braided. Now it's a braid to the side, so it's not a braid completely in the back, but it's still a braid.
Yeah, that's interesting. Could be. So, just by kind of analyzing that a little bit, I think what we could have gotten was it would have been Order 66, and then maybe as she was fleeing or wherever she came to be after that is when she came across, like literally came across Jod after she escaped Order 66.
Yeah. It could have been years later. It could have been she still has her braid, so she was a Padawan.
Right.
Or something. And then she's like, oh, I'm going to try to train you. And then she was found by Inquisitors.
That's right. Yeah. So, do you think it was a good idea to cut this scene?
Unfortunately, yes. While it would have been great to actually see a Jedi in this, I feel like it might have been a little too much. Mm-hmm. And also, I think this does leave the door open to the fact that Jod could have lied about that.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah.
Or some part of that was not true. So that leaves that door open.
Yep. That's true.
But I just think, especially thinking about the pacing of, I don't even know where they would have put the scene. That's the thing. That's the question. Where would that scene have gone? Probably in the final episode. But if you consider the final episode and the pacing of the final episode, I don't know where you would have put it where it wouldn't slow the whole thing down.
Yeah, that's probably why they cut it. But I think what the plan was is, instead of, as he was getting ready, as he starts telling the story, they probably would have flashed back and showed it.
Yeah.
But you're right. The pacing wise, I don't know if that would have, it feels like a cut because it was probably very disruptive.
Yeah.
To the
which I hope they release what that scene was, maybe like, as bonus material or something.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. So So yeah, fortunately that scene got cut. That would be, I could feel for that actress, man, because
like, oh,
not only are you in Star Wars, but you are a Jedi.
You're a Jedi, and then your scene got cut.
You see, but here's the thing: the beauty of it is, I believe her character will still probably be canon.
Oh yeah.
Because even though she won't, because the story, like you said, though, if they make the story of what he says in the episode true, then that person exists and that person will be her and have her likeness. And so she is the first Arab female Jedi. I mean, I think that's going to be solid in canon and whatnot. So,
and I'm sure we'll probably see her in other mediums at some point. Who knows? She might appear in another series or another comic series or
Yep, totally possible. I mean, I believe the episodes or the scenes that got cut in episode 3 with that Mon Mothma's in that, and the other senators that got together to form the delegate of the 1000, I think is what they're called.
Yeah.
Like those are technically canon, even though they're not in the movie anymore. So
Shakti being murdered.
Yep.
By Grievous. Shakti. Technically.
That's right. So, yeah. So it's good. It's not terrible being cut because you're still going to be part of it, but not everybody gets to see it. So,
yeah.
But I tell you what, and I bet you she had to get permission to even post that, which is, it's great that they let her actually share that she was part of that,
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting stuff there. Interesting to see that. So if anything, it gives us something to talk about as we wait for Andor.
Yes. Patiently,
yeah. I'm going to start rewatching that here soon. Me and my daughter talked about maybe starting again this weekend.
Yeah, it's a good option. Good choice.
It's been a while. I mean, it's really been a while since Andor, which is horrible because I wish they wouldn't wait so long, but that's another topic.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks, Hannah, for hanging out.
Thank you, Dave.
So be on the lookout. We've got some Beyond the Sagas coming. We're going to keep picking up. We've got Rise of the Red Blade that we're going to talk about. We've got some more comics to talk about. Thrawn, stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that. I got some council sessions in the works with Martin since we're on a break as well for the Mandalore, and got some other shows in the works too. So be back here at youtube.com/Inside the Force. Hit that subscribe button, get all our videos. And then, of course, if you're interested in supporting the show, please go to Patreon, where you can get access to our new Discord and continue the conversations there and all kinds of stuff. So, and we got to continue our commentary series with. Yes. That's why I put The Empire Strikes Back behind me, because that's our next one. So we will plan on doing that here soon, and we appreciate everybody following and watching that with us as we continue that. So,
yes.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Hey, Allie.
Yeah. Yep. The puppers is here.
Yeah.
Hello.
All right. Have a good week, everybody. Week for next week. We'll see you back here. Take care. May the Force be with you.